The Mississippi River continues to rise. What the Army Corps of Engineers is doing to make sure nearby levees are prepared for the worst.
And a call for transparency, what parents want put in place for the Davenport School District.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody, on this Friday morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. The Army Corps of Engineers is taking another look to make sure the Quad Cities levees are prepared for the rising waters. That's this morning's top story. Our Local 4 meteorologists say the Mississippi River has now reached its 8th highest point on record and is expected to rise almost another foot by the weekend. That would bring the crest to 20.4 feet. Engineers know the levees can handle it because they prepared for the worst.
Now, the levee in Rock Island is about 10 feet tall. The highest the water has ever hit on it is 7 feet. Now, this crest isn't expected to get that high, but last year the Army Corps of Engineers looked at what would happen if there was a breach between Schweber Park and the Government Bridge. The study predicts that it would only take 3 hours to impact 155 buildings and cause $14 million in damage. That's why regular maintenance is crucial.
The infrastructure protected is always a big item when they figure the cost of the levee and what it's going to protect. So that's an important factor.
City documents show the Corps is now analyzing how best to protect parts of Rock Island County that are not behind a levee. Parents and teachers are asking for more transparency in the Davenport School District. That was the topic of discussion at a meeting organized by students from the Modern Leadership Institute. That group focuses on creating local leaders in social justice.
And the demand comes as the school district is approaching its final deadline to fix 7 areas of violation with the state. One big area was students of color were being punished more than other white students. One retired teacher says she saw the challenge with the district and she still sees it now her biracial children are there. She says better transparency will help the whole community, and school board members didn't show up to that meeting, but the interim superintendent did.
Our district's saying we need mentors, we need this, we need that. Our community would be more accepting of what's going on and be more helpful and would know how they could help our students.
It's very uplifting being in this room today because everybody in this room wants the same thing that the school district wants. We want to improve in areas that we need to improve in. We want a more informed community.
The superintendent stopped short of promising to publish those disciplinary numbers on the school's website, but he says they've hired an outside consultant to help form a better guideline for that district.
A change to how the Quad Cities deals with homelessness is starting to show results. That's what the Salvation Army tells us after a revamp of their programs last year.
That's right. They saw a big jump in the number of families they were able to shelter, with nearly 100 families. They tell us instead of operating their own shelter facility, they're paying for motel rooms. Compared to the previous year, they were able to increase nights housed by nearly 3,000. Local 4 Sean Logging tells us what else they've seen.
No, I didn't think this would ever happen.
Last fall to March of this year, a barely insulated camper is where Trista and her husband called home.
Been searching for jobs to be able to save money, to be able to get into a place. That's all we want, is to be able to be into a place of our own again.
Needing a stable place to call home is a desire the Salvation Army in the Quad Cities isn't just trying to resolve, but end and prevent.
Just finding a place that people can afford to stay in and stay there long term is the biggest hurdle that most people have.
The new program, Coordinated Entry, is trying to overcome that barrier by centralizing resources of area housing and shelter services.
Which has helped so they don't have to go from place to place. The case manager is doing that legwork.
Since launching the program in January through March, more than 130 people have met with a Coordinated Entry caseworker. And Program and Operations Director Kelly Larned says 95 have met the federal government's definition for homeless and referred to partner agencies. Currently, about 15 have moved into housing.
There's a lot of paperwork and backwork that they have to do, especially if they have a disability. They have to verify the disability, so it does take a while for that to happen.
And after reworking their programs last year, Larned says they've stepped in before homelessness becomes a reality. Since October 2018, the one-time assistance program has assisted nearly 140 families.
Most of our dollars has went to rent.
It's a start so the Quad Cities can close the door on this issue.
Our end goal is to end homelessness.
Sean Logging, Local 4 News.
The development coordinated entry was part of a requirement for the federal funding to area housing and shelter agencies.
The rising floodwaters have proved to be a challenge for a lot of people, but a rare opportunity for others. Peter Robinson is known as the Fish Guy after he noodled a 50-pound catfish and carried it through downtown Davenport. He's now an internet sensation, and you'll even find several memes of him floating around.
I was literally a nobody. I was homeless. I still unfortunately am. And afterward, I was, getting all these job offers, gigs to show up to, different celebrity, other appearances.
Peterson says the support he's received has been amazing. He did have to pay a fine for picking up that big fish with his hands because noodling is illegal in Iowa. I love the tattoo, everything. It just seems like he's really kind of taken hold of this, and hopefully it turns into some really good opportunities for him.
Absolutely. It just kind of shows the power of social media and what it can do for you, just because I've seen this on my social media as well, and I love it.
It is.
It's
It's really taken the Quad Cities over by storm, really. I also didn't know what noodling was. I've never heard of that phrase until now.
Case. For sure.
Did not know that.
Me either. But Ash, you were actually I saw pictures on social media with you and him. He seems like a really cool, fun person.
Well, he really is. You always kind of wonder who's the man behind the viral sensation.
Yeah.
And he really honestly is very kind and humble. I don't just say that because I have to. He was a very kind guy. He said he actually tried to put the catfish back several times, but it kept coming back. He didn't have to get wet. It just swam to him.
Wow.
It kept coming back, and he said, well, I guess I'll have dinner. So.
Did he eat it, though, is the question.
Oh, he said he was looking for a fillet knife when he was walking with it down. He said he was trying to walk to his buddy's house, hoping that his buddy had a fillet knife.
Oh, that would have been a good meal.
Yeah. Oh, I love some catfish. I tell you what.
Yes.
So, but anyways, very, very nice guy. So glad the community's kind of been rallying around him, try to help him out a little bit too. It just brings joy to everyone's life, I think, a little bit.
Absolutely.
Power of memes. All righty. Out the door here today. Nice, comfy start for us. This weather, I think, is going to be bringing us all some joy as we go through the weekend. Most of us are in the mid and lower 40s right now, and we will be looking at some sunshine eventually by the afternoon, but it's cloudy currently. At least it's not rainy. All that rain's cleared out. You might run into a little bit of patchy fog, so drive carefully as you're driving out the door here today. We're back in the lower 60s this afternoon, but by this evening, a very, very pleasant evening for us. Nice calm winds. So first Friday in LeClaire, I mean, we are looking at a very, very nice one. Very comfortable, just light jacket weather. 62 for the high today, though, with much warmer than yesterday, and back down to the 40s tonight. So just across the board, a very nice day for us.
It looks fantastic.
Yes.
Not only tonight, but tomorrow as well.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's even better. It's going to get all the way to the 70s, sunshine. Forget about it.
Oh,
beautiful.
Cannot wait. I think that's about the 7th time I've said that.
Yes.
Today.
And we're going to keep on
saying it.
Keep on keeping on, my friends.
Oh, I'm excited for outdoor plans here.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Ash, thanks.
Coming up, the weekend means new movies are hitting theaters.
Which ones you need to keep an eye out for? That's next. Ooh, I like that one. Movie by
Time now, 6:10. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Frederick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.